And I'm just checking to see if it's working. I don't know if it's working, you guys. Let's see. Let me see if I can get anyone to come in and check. Also live on Twitch. See if I can get. Alright, I ain't gonna start talking about much of anything until I get some people in here. This should be recorded as well, like it'll be saved once it is uploaded. Now, my goal is to try to use some video footage, which means you'll see it on the live, but like once this then uploads to YouTube, I got hair in my mouth. Once this uploads, what the fuck? Once this uploads to YouTube, I don't know if it'll kick it because of copyright, whatever. I mean, I'm doing like commentary over it, so it shouldn't be doing that bullshit. What is the Fair Use Act, I believe? They can't technically kick it, but see. Anybody out there? I mean, technically, I wonder if I can go on my own, my own stream here. Oh yes, I can. Oh yes, it's working. Okay, cool. Wait. Sorry if there's an echo. I'm going to do a I want to see if my screen will be able to be shared here. Yay! But wait, I don't know if you can see it on yours. Because I can see it on mine. But again, I don't know if it's being shared yet. Yeah, so no, you guys can't see what I'm seeing. God damn. What if I... Oh! Wait. Maybe you can... Wait, you might be able to see it. Now let's see. Let's see if we got progress. Maybe I'll move over to the side. I'm excited now. Yeah, I got someone in there. What's up, Bookmaster 1961? How's it going? Welcome, you're the first viewer. The other viewer is me because I'm making sure that this works. Alright, so I'm gonna pop back into where I was. Shrink it, maybe. Alright, I'm gonna pop it back here. And I'm going to adjust my camera. So bear with me. If it's awkward. I haven't used this software for streaming yet on YouTube. I use it for Twitch. So I'm sorry I don't have my shit together. that just made it worse. God damn. Sorry. I'm looking down. I'm looking at my phone. It's like a videoception. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna leave my phone out because I have notes and stuff, but I also need it for the, what do you call it? My notes and the comments. Alright, cool. So, once I get more people in, I will start, right now it says I have 0, which I know is not true, because Bookmaster, you're in there. Let me see if it'll stream chat only. Alright, so there's 3 viewers. Hi everybody, welcome. I'm trying to figure out how to get my YouTube comments on my stream here. I'm only seeing the Twitch one and I'm not seeing the other one, so I might have to just look off my phone, which kind of sucks actually. And I'm going back to here. Fuck, I lost my screen here. There we go. Anyway, I'm not gonna be able to see you guys roll in. I'll see your comments because I'm gonna use my phone. But when I use my phone for notes, I'm gonna lose everything pretty much. I'm gonna lose all your comments, but I can always go back. What the fuck is this? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry I'm disorganized. Like I said, this is a different software. I'm not used to this. I gotta mute my phone. Okay. So, wait. I'm all screwed up here. Alright, hi everybody. Hi. Are we ready to talk about some Satanists and shit? Cause I am. And I might go into my emails too. Because I sent myself some articles too, so I can use it in the stream here. Let me see. Alright, I'm going to go into my emails real quick. You don't want to see all my junk emails, trust me. So let me get through this real quick. What the frig? Alright. Getting my shit together. I had to walk my dog before this, and it kind of put me behind, not gonna lie. Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-boop-bop. Archive. Whatever. You'll see some of my junk emails, I guess. I don't know. Thanks, D. Thanks for checking for me. I really appreciate it, because I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Has it really been 10 minutes? Holy shit balls. Okay. Well, YOLO. I guess I'll just start, because at this point, people are gonna just click away anyway. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about the well, the whole satanic priest guy in Ghana who admits to killing 675 children, well, people, but most of them were children. Regardless whether or not they're children, that's pretty fucked up and obviously wrong. But you don't need me to tell you that. And so I am going to use Bookmaster. I can't keep my internet up for some reason, I guess because I'm at a truck stop on the Louisiana-Texas state line. Well, that could be the reason. I don't know. But so I'm going to show you the video, the original video, right? I don't know if you guys will hear the video sound. Am I using the iPad to pull up the TikTok article? Yes. I'm using the hell is it called? The A-Power, is it 8? Yeah, A-Power mirror. So I don't know if you're going to hear the sound. If not, I'll put the links then in the description down below. If you don't hear it, sorry. It might also help keep this video from getting kicked when it is, saved on YouTube. So, I mean, there's that. But, the A-Power soft for mine does play the audio when mirroring. Awesome! Well, I guess we're gonna find out, right? So, here, I'm gonna play this first. I'm gonna play this. Can you guys hear it?
We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them. And when they are sold, they come without birth certificates, which means it's easy to kill them and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load. Again, children who have no documentation. It's not just child slavery or child sex abuse. It's also child torture because you have adrenalized blood. You have the whole blood drinking ceremony of the satanic world. It's also the use of children for harvesting body organs. We'll have the Falun Gong testimony tomorrow.
All right. So I believe that trial, okay, was, ignore my photos. I believe that trial, I don't think that was during the Johnny Depp thing. I think that trial was in 2020, but I could be wrong. Anyway, but regardless, I want to know why the fuck. No one even seems to be talking about it. But I wanted you guys to hear or watch that first before I play this.
675.
Sorry, like upside down.
675.
It's sideways. I am sorry, you guys.
75. And Quran is burning alive.
Sorry, it was sideways. I don't know why. On my screen, it's not. Like, in my other... When I did it all... Okay, so I had recorded this on my phone, of course. And it saved right, and I don't know why. Oh, there's an echo. You can mute the volume on the mirror via volume mixer because we hear it out of your speakers. Oh, shit. Well, that's a fucking problem. So, let's do it like this. So, you want me to mute my, Here. I'll play it again.
675.
Gee, how is that?
675.
17 years. You said the record being the Nipa Mamadi sacrifice. Nipa was saying I work with
675.
Nipa 675.
75.
na fa fa oku wo mo sekan etuo anate sen
Baby.
There's still an
Nkwaraa
echo
no
there.
deɛ yɛbɛne alive.
nkwadaa nketewa
Nkwaraa nketewa.
yawo mo foforo no
Yɛawo wɔn foforɔ.
yɛhye wɔ mo
Wobɛne wɔn alive.
te sɛ deɛ wohu nam no
Yes.
na wɔwuyi
Ɔnwui.
ɛne na monya wɔ mo
Ha ne yɛ doctors na ne nurses no.
monya doctors ne nurses wɔ
Nkyɛn.
wow
Well, regardless, half of it was in the language anyway, so it's not like you could quite understand exactly. I mean, you could hear the little bits where he asked like 675, which is why I have the article too. I wanted to make sure I had the article. But again, I will replay this one.
These children are not just
And hopefully it's not
kidnapped and in
echoey.
some cases bred by families as a cash crop.
And then I will
We have
bring up
people in the United States of
the
America that breed children in order to sell them.
what the fuck do you
And when
call
they are
it?
sold, they come without birth certificates, which
I
means
can't
it's
think of the
easier
damn
to kill them
article. Wow.
and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load.
So
Again,
is there an
children who
echo
have
or
no
no?
documentation. It's not just child slavery or child sex abuse. It's also child torture because you have adrenalized blood. You have the whole blood drinking ceremony of the satanic world. It's also the use of
Okay,
children
perfect.
for
Thank you,
harvesting
Katie.
body organs. We'll have the Falun Gong
So-
testimony tomorrow.
So I wanted you guys to watch this TikTok first, because it gives you a little basis of what I'm gonna talk about here. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Now, let's go to the article here. And sorry if you see my junk emails. I don't know how to hide it, but anyway, I gotta find. I think it's this one. Alright, yeah, it's this one. I know it's Daily Mail, and some people might not be a fan of it. But I've read so many articles this topic. They all say the same shit. Oh, and Politico. That was one of the ones too that Diana, also that reminds me of the blood they put in Lil Nas Satan shoes. Yes, exactly. Alright, so Pastor Claims, which is the guy that was wearing the bumblebee mask from freaking Transformers, that's already like unsettling. But so anyway, Pastor claims he carried out ritual murders of more than 600 children handed to him by devil-worshipping doctors and nurses. And now remember, this is in Ghana. Okay? I believe this was in 2018. So for those people, and by people I mean the Satanists that say, oh, you know, we don't do blood sacrifices or human sacrifice. Bull fucking shit. It's just harder in the United States because your ass is gonna get caught. Now, if you watched the first video, the TikTok, right? They talk about like it's easy if you can have children sold to them without birth record. It's easier to hide, you know, any any crimes against them because no one's looking for them, right? Well, that's the thing. You have human trafficking of children, which we already know is a major freaking problem in pretty much every country, really. The United States is really bad. Okay? What do you think they're doing with all those children? I mean, we know there's going to be, like, sex trafficking, slave labor, stuff like that, okay? But, you know, some of them are going to be used as sacrifices, which is very scary. But no one wants to point that out. So I'm pointing it the fuck out because no one has the balls to do it. Yeah, at the border too, snatching kids. And we know it's a problem. And there's the video again. Sorry if you hear the dog in the background. He's just excited. And here we go again. This is the video I screenshotted really and recorded it on my tablet or phone, and that's what you just watched. But so this is where they got that. And sorry for the ads in the articles. But yeah, however, local reports make no mention of any police investigation into alleged ritual murders and does not say when or where they are said to have taken place. Do I think he killed 675 children? I can't say for sure that he did all those murders. Obviously, there's no proof. But, first of all, why would you just be like, haha, I killed all these freaking children, haha? Like, why would you admit to that? That's horrible. I know deep down he's probably killed quite a lot. Again, I don't know if 675 is... That's really specific, though, to make up as well. Diana, yeah, people crossing into the U.S. with children that aren't theirs. Yeah, oh, sorry. Yeah. It's a problem. But I think even whether or not he killed all those children, it's still an issue and should be looked at even in human trafficking. Let's see if there was anything else. There's so many like freaking ads in here because it's alright, so the next email that I had, oh yeah, PolitiFact. Katie, they just say that's their kid and just walk off. Yeah. A lot of the children coming over here through the border, a lot of the parents are tricked and they're told that, oh, we're going to get your kid across to America. They're going to be fine. And really, they're not fine. Those traffickers take advantage of those poor parents. Yeah, and even if he killed one, that's one too freaking many. But, yeah. So I'm going to read the PolitiFact. So they state that there's no evidence that so-called satanic leader sacrificed 600 children. True. But again, like, without birth records and if they're in human trafficking, I mean, no killer, really, or murderer is going to just slaughter that many people in one shot, right? That's too, like, loud and too, like, obvious. There would absolutely be a mountain of bodies. It would be, I feel like if he did it, I mean, plus you gotta do with, like, the rituals and stuff. You're not gonna have one ritual that kills that many people. I mean, who knows, maybe. But so the story features screenshots from a video clip, which we watched, from a Ghanaian, sorry if I say that wrong, television show aired on Royal Television, Ghana, also known as RTV. The man claiming to be a satanic leader speaks with a deep voice and hides his face with a children's mask of Bumblebee from the Transformers movies franchise. The interviewer, a well-known television and radio presenter known as, and I'm going to say this wrong and I'm sorry, Otwinoko, does not identify the man, which, well, yeah, he's hiding his face because if people think he killed all those people, they're gonna go for his head. The original interview with the so-called satanic leader is nearly 30 minutes long and is part of a series entitled Darkness in Churches. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that a little bit, just a little bit. The interview is conducted in Akan, a language native to Ghana. It has been summarized in English by Ghanaian news site Yen. According to the translation, the man claimed he lived with Satan for 17 years and would conduct routine sacrifices to sustain his power. Which, you guys, those that are really deep in there to the point of, sacrifice, a lot of the times, demons will try to convince people to do these heinous crimes for something in return, or someone will be like, hey, like, if you do this, I'll give you this in return. And so if you're very influenced by entities, depending on the level of influence, it could be easy to commit such a crime. So evil doctors gave him these sacrifices, he said, many of whom were children. He also said that he was in control of over 600 demonic spirits. What did you say, Katie? FYI, congrats. Your white wolf and dog. Oh, your white wolf-looking dog. He's awesome. Thank you. While there have been multiple local reports about the show itself, none have mentioned any police investigation into the issue. More widely, there have been no news reports of human sacrifice or doctors kidnapping children in Ghana. Well, they're gonna be like, hey, news people, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this heinous acts. Come watch me. They're not gonna broadcast it. That's just gonna be a secret. Diana. But if he was the leader in helping get children into other members' hands for murder, torture, it would be more sensible that he was responsible for the death of 600. Yeah, that actually makes sense too. I agree. That's a good way to think about it. So Ot Winoko, whose real name is Kwabena Asari, I'm sorry for saying these wrong, specializes in spiritual outrage. He vigorously questions his guests, supposed anti-Christian magicians, but doesn't release their identities. He has dozens of other videos online, many of which follow a similar style to the interview with the satanic leader. In one video titled Pastor's Evil Deeds Exposed, the thumbnail is a fiery 666. In another, he discusses the signs of Antichrist, debunking false prophets prophets appears to be a routine feature on the show. Okay. So, the ruling, according to PolitiFact, which, to be honest, in my opinion, I don't really, like, I like how PolitiFact likes to put their sources in, but I feel like not everything, like, they don't capture the entire truth. I feel like some truth is missing on this website, but that's my opinion. So the ruling that they give is, the article by Neon Nettle claimed that a satanic cult leader has confessed to carrying out more than 600 child sacrifices. A man did confess this on the television show. The article does acknowledge that there have been no reports of mass child killings, but again, it's not going to be like in one shot. Like you said, Diana, it could just be, he could be responsible and he's just maneuvering these children to get into the hands of other members to be slaughtered for rituals. But so there are the sources, and I'll always put the links of, what I used in this video. But so, yeah. I know in Ghana, the murder, like, child murder is very, acid. I think I can't remember if it's a problem. I think it's a problem in, like, over there. But, one can say that about other countries too, right? Alright, so I wanted to go to the notes on my phone now. So bear with me here. I just wanted to make sure I got everything. Alright. So, yeah, let me go to other. I wanted to go to this real quick. So this is on OGP, wow, I can't talk, OJP.gov. Okay? And this is Department of Justice. And this is from, date published is 1994. Alright? In the video we just watched of that guy admitting to the crimes was 2018, and the trial on that TikTok was 2020. But so this is 1994. Satanic ritual abuse of children is not widespread, which, again, 1994. But so this is what they say in the abstract here. While some child, I'm not going to say the name out loud, you guys can, read too. I'm just going to say predators may use the trappings of Satanism to frighten young victims. Large-scale conspiracies and multiple human sacrifices are just as unlikely as tales of victims cut apart and put back together. Reported cases of satanic devil worshippers continue to involve unsubstantiated allegations of bizarre activities that are difficult to prove or disprove. Many of these allegations do not seem to have occurred or even to be possible, and call into question the credibility of child sexual abuse victims. Cases reportedly involving satanic ritual abuse of children appears to have 4 dynamics in common: multiple young victims, multiple offenders, fear as the controlling tactic, and bizarre or ritualistic activity. Some of what victims alleged in these cases is physically impossible. Further, the most significant crimes being alleged in certain cases, particularly those involving human sacrifice and cannibalism, do not seem to be true. Possible answers to why adult victims allege things that do not appear to be true focus on pathological distortion, traumatic memory, normal childhood fears and fantasies, misperception, and confusion. Diana, what did you say? And not members, they might also film, record children being, and eaten by animals to be bought on the dark web. Yeah. Especially like for organs and stuff. But, okay. Now I'm gonna go to my notes real quick. So they talk about like ritual abuse and trafficked children, and I'm just gonna read my notes because I'm bad at remembering. But hundreds, if not thousands, complain of these satanic rituals. Are they all lying? Right? Again, I'm gonna use my opinion. I'm gonna say I don't think they're all lying. Obviously, we all know eyewitness testimonies can be flawed, of course, especially those who experience trauma, but so many of these children have stated the same thing. It's not the same as trying to pick out a person from a lineup or trying to decipher a tiny detail. Satanic rituals, especially more of the gruesome ones that include murder, cannibalism, sexual abuse, blood drinking, etc., those things are kind of hard to forget. Now, if you watch my channel regularly, you know I talk about some things that demons can do. But so, a lot of these predators, I'm going to say, if the predator uses Satan or demons as a scare tactic, chances are demons are behind some of this evil behavior. Obviously, you can't take out the whole psychological issues. That does play a part, and you can't just say it's all one thing, but a lot of these evil people are guided, influenced by these evil forces on top of their mental illness and evil behaviors. People, regardless of mental illness, the majority know right from wrong unless severely impaired, but that's not the majority. They know what's right and what they aren't supposed to do. Even if some have certain evil impulses that don't act on them, a lot of them don't because they know right from wrong, in addition to, the fear of getting caught, especially in the United States. Unless, again, severely impaired by mental illness or are punished, or not punished, are pushed to do it from negative entities and forces, or evil forces. Of course, all of the blame can't be put on demonic and negative entities, and many impulsive and behaviors and thought forms are developed over time due to ongoing or past trauma or abuse, and sometimes brain injury. We know from research that most predators were victims themselves, so that's important to note. Sorry, I want to catch up with the comments here. Diana, not the organs, the videos itself will be posted to be purchased by other sick individuals. Yeah, that is messed up. Oh no, I got muted at the end. Oh, sorry. Hopefully, it wasn't that way for everybody. But so, a lot of evil deeds, not all of them, obviously, because there's got to be some kind of accountability for people's behaviors, right? But so, when it comes to evil things like this, cannibalism, right? Murder, abuse, sexual abuse, a lot of times there are demons influencing the people behind those actions. And so I really wanted to do this live to talk about that, because so back to the whole are all those children lying and whatnot about what they saw about, rituals and cannibalism and all that. I don't think all of them are lying. And, being under severe torture, it kind of puts your brain in a spot. And I don't know all of what went on. I mean, how could I anyway? But I feel like I'm trying to think of a way to word this right. Especially when it comes to nightmares and hallucinations and illusions. Demons have that ability to push that onto other people. I personally have experienced that myself. I've experienced nightmares, daymares, I guess you can say. I don't know if you ever daydreamed, right? I guess that could be into a daymare, but you ever just blank out and you just, I don't know, images appear. I've had it where I've seen some graphic ass shit in that kind of state, and it's not fun. It's not fun. So when you have children experiencing that kind of thing, yeah, they can absolutely have those kinds of experiences, whether it is demonically induced or not. But if it's because of a satanic ritual, absolutely, demons do have that ability to make people see things. If you watched that new Conjuring movie, when the kid was possessed, right? From his point of view, it looked like he was being attacked, so he's trying to defend himself and kills that guy out of defense or self-defense. But then when you flip it around to see what is actually going on, it just looks like he's going crazy and starts, hacking away without being provoked. But so, yeah, Diana, that kind of thing happened to me the first time I saw the first Conjuring. It's like I was awake, but sometimes was trying to pull me into a different state, and it was hard to keep my head up. Yeah, that's what happened to me in the newest one. So, You gotta watch with those Conjuring movies, especially if you're psychic and or a medium. That can absolutely happen, and it's very scary. And depending on the entity that's trying to pull you in, can be difficult as hell. Sorry. Can be difficult as hell to get yourself out of. Yeah. But, I'm trying to think. There's some other things I wanted to talk about. But so, the fact that, hundreds of victims of this abuse, of, those who claim to be in a satanic, caught in a satanic ritual, I believe they did experience that, but whether it was actually physically happening, in the ritual, or versus the the hallucination they are being given by these entities, they've experienced it one way or another. I don't even doubt that for a second. And if you watch my channel, you are aware that there are Satanists, not the philosophical ones, but there are other Satanists that do take it really, really too far and do this kind of thing. So the Night Stalker, while I don't remember, it's been such a long time since I did research on him, but he did the pentagram thing on his hand. He admits to doing it in the name of Satan. And I know he was one of the ones that was influenced by demonic entity. Jeffrey Dahmer was another one. And if you look at the crimes too, it kind of correlates to the behaviors that take place, or the behaviors that demons tend to associate with. So like cannibalism, blood drinking, just like graphic murder and all that stuff. Sometimes if you pay attention to that, like the crime itself, or the act of and of itself, and you can correlate to see like who did they get that idea from, copycat killers too. A lot of them have inspiration off of other people or entities. So yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer was another one. I wish I would have had my book with me too, because I have a whole book on serial killers that killed in the name of Satan. But there's just a lot of stuff going on, and no one wants to point it out, I would say. I know that we have the whole, like in the United States, we have Satanism, and you have the philosophical Satanists, and they don't want to align themselves with that, and they try to use this other narrative, like, we're here to help each other and love everybody, but it's kind of like tenants. And I can't spell, so there we go. My last life. But so a lot of these tenants, they look really good on the outside. They really do. One should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason, which is funny when their symbol is pretty much marks bestiality. And like Melinda said, that was a good point that she made in her video about that. But it does really depict that. Plus, why would you want a symbol to be demonic? It doesn't make sense anyway. And number two, the struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. Now, here's the thing. The struggle for justice, because I'm reading this again, the struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institution. Should prevail over laws and institution. So when I first read that, the first thing that just came to mind was, so regardless of laws, you know, people should get justice. That to me is like, it's kind of doing like the whole Batman thing, right? To go out of your own way to make sure that this person gets justice regardless of what the laws and institutions say. That's red flag. Number 3, one's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. Okay. 4, the freedoms of others should be respected. Okay. Including the freedom to offend. Yeah, because free will is very important. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another is to forego one's own. Yeah, I don't think free will should be touched whatsoever. 5, belief should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care never to distort scientific facts to fit one's own belief or one's belief. Diana, it's dancing around with its wording though, a constant power struggle. Yeah. Kind of like cancel culture now, if you think about it. Yeah. People are, so wait, did I talk about, okay, 5 forms. I mean, I believe you should go based off of scientific understanding, but there are some things that science can't prove in of itself. Yeah. There are just some things that science can't prove. So, like, for psychic mediums, I know, like, the CIA was doing their own little, there's a lot of data, actually, that the CIA has. And you can go on, I think it's CIA.gov/FOIA. Now I can't stop coughing. Diana, even after someone has served their sentence. Yeah. I don't like, personally, I don't like cancel culture because you're also going with the perception of the public, right? So whether or not someone did something wrong, right? If someone doesn't like you, they can just be like, oh, well, you're this, time to cancel that person, right? And literally ruin their entire life. Some of these people literally will go out of their way, go on social media, or research a person, and, you know, see where they work, see where they live, and call up their job and be like, hey, this person is a Trump supporter, or this person is this, and try to get them fired and ruin their life. Like, that's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. So what are we on? 6? People are fallible. If one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. I mean, yeah. But that doesn't mean that someone else should, you know, and this is part of the cancel culture, take it into their own hands and be like, oh, well, again, this person owns guns, so, this person shouldn't be allowed to do this, this, or this. Or this person didn't get the vaccine, so blah, 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 blah. And then go on social media and out them to the public. Like, what the fuck? Number 7. Every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should revenge. Like, justice and revenge, it feels like it could be interchanged here. And you could argue that, I'm speculating, but it's very, like, I don't know, the wording is very interesting. And it could be perceived in any way. But I thought I would point that out. So, I'm trying to think. But, so, I try not to judge people based on their religion. I don't really care. It doesn't usually really bother me when it comes to that stuff. Like, if you're a Christian, cool, you do you. That's fine. But then when you have the whole Satanism thing, and it puts people in danger, that makes me frustrated, and it makes me want to speak out about it. I don't think all Satanists are evil people. I don't think they're bad people. I think sometimes they just get confused. They need somewhere to fit in, somewhere to go, somewhere where they feel belong. Somewhere where they belong. Wow, I can't talk. Wow. I should just stop talking, right? A lot of them just feel like they need somewhere to go to be accepted. Because, and I'm not saying all Christians, but many come from places, especially a lot of them come from churches too, and that religion of Christianity, and they come over to the Satanic Temple as a way of being like, oh yeah, you're gonna treat me like this? Well, fuck you. I'm gonna do this, just to get back at them, to like rebel. Ethan, hey, how's it going? But some of them just go over here to rebel, and some of them don't even mean it. They just do it to get a reaction, right? Danger. Man, should have brought a drink. Did anybody see, and I might have it on my phone, there was a Southern Baptist leaders release a previously secret list of accused sexual abusers, okay? And I wonder if I can get this to my email so you guys can see it as well. So hold on. I'm going to share the screen real quick. Might take me a second. But so, yeah. Southern Baptist leaders release a previously secret list of accused sexual abusers. To me, okay, these guys are no better. No better. Okay? Then some of these Satanists. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. I didn't mean to clear my screen. Alright? So this came out May 27th, 2022. A week ago? 2 weeks ago. Right? So, in response to an explosive investigation, top Southern Baptists have released a previously secret list of hundreds of pastors and other church-affiliated personnel accused of sexual abuse. The 205-page database, holy shit, was made public late Thursday. It includes more than 700 entries from cases that largely span from 2000 to 2019. Holy shit, okay? Guidepost Solutions included it in its bombshell report detailing how the Southern Baptist Convention's executive committee mishandled allegations of sex abuse, stonewalled numerous survivors, and prioritized protecting the SBC from liability. Yeah, they're no different. Okay? And this information, we all know that when it comes to churches and stuff, this is a big problem. Okay? This is a big problem nationally, and probably worldwide. But so this is just one sect of it, and that's how many issues they have in just that like sect of it. Each entree like it's food. Goddamn. Each entry in this list reminds us of the devastation and destruction brought about by sexual abuse, they said. Our prayer is that the survivors of these heinous acts find hope and healing, and that churches will utilize this list proactively to protect and care for the most vulnerable among us. You know what they could do? Put those motherfuckers in jail where they belong, right? That would be best case scenario. They want to protect people. Okay, then those people who committed those crimes need to be held accountable under the law. Okay, under the law. We're not going to take matters into our own hands. Church officials kept a private list of abusers. An investigation found. The Guidepost report, released after a 7-month investigation, contains several explosive revelations. Among them, D. August Boto, the committee's former vice president and general counsel, and former SBC spokesman, Roger Oldham, kept their own private list of abusive ministers. The people that were aware of the abusers should be held accountable too, because they freaking knew. Like, they knew. Both retired in 2019. The existence of the list was not widely known within the committee and its staff. Despite collecting these reports for more than 10 years, there is no indication that Oldham and Boto or anyone else took any action to ensure that the accused ministers were no longer in positions of power at the SBC churches, the report said. The executive committee did not make additions to the published list, but their attorneys did redact several entries. I almost said entrees again. Can you tell I'm hungry? That's fucked up. I'm sorry. Several entries, as well as the names and identifying information of survivors and others unrelated to the accused. Thursday's joint statement said. Yeah. They made public entries that reference an admission, confession, guilty plea, conviction, judgment, sentencing, or inclusion on a sex offender registry. Okay. And expect some of the redacted entries of the list to be made public once more Once more research is done, the list also includes Baptist ministers that are not affiliated with the SBC. Yeah. Survivors and advocates have long called for a public database of abusers. The creation of an offender information system was one of the key recommendations in the report. I don't know if anybody ever looked into this, but I know when I was in, I think it was middle school or high school, people have pointed out to me, like, familywatchdog.com, it's literally a map. And it's kind of like if you go on Google Maps, but then it points out everyone who has done a crime in your area. It's really fucked up. But you can literally see everybody in your area who has done a crime, like, on a map. Like, fuck. And I don't know if it gives specific names. It might. I don't remember. It's been a long time. So, Silent Echoes. Hey. That's okay. Well, hopefully, YouTube doesn't kick the video because of the videos I played in it. But, hopefully you'll be able to watch what you missed. But, anyway. Sorry, guys, for my bad reading skills. If you can't tell, yes, I am dyslexic. It's bad. Between entrees and entries, yes, it's kind of embarrassing, but anyway. So, yeah. Also in the report was a shocking allegation that Johnny Hunt, a Georgia-based pastor and former SBC president, sexually assaulted another pastor's wife during a beach vacation in 2010. Hunt has disputed the allegation. Of course he's gonna fucking dispute it, saying in a statement that he has never abused anybody. I'm pretty sure anyone who is guilty would never admit to the crime. I'm not saying that he did it because it's alleged. But if I were a criminal, I would never admit to the crime. He resigned May 13th as Senior Vice President of Evangelism and Leadership at the North American Mission Board, the SBC's domestic missions agency. On Wednesday, NAMB leaders announced changes to address the issue, including committing to investigate abuse accusations and creating an abuse prevention and response committee to assess and strengthen existing policies and procedures. So a hotline has been set up for survivors to report abuse allegations. Good. Also, in the wake of the report's release, survivors have been calling in information about abuse allegations to the executive committee guidepost and members of a task force set up to oversee the firm's investigation, according to a joint statement from the three entities. A hotline is now open for survivors or someone on their behalf to report abuse allegations, and here it lists the phone number and the email. Callers will be provided with care options and connected with an advocate, the statement said. Silent Echoes. Sorry, but if I'm going to be evil, I'll own up to it. I'm no coward, but I couldn't ever be evil, so I don't gotta worry about that. Yeah, well, that's good. So Guidepost will maintain the hotline and keep the information confidential, but will not be looking into the allegations. Are you for real? The joint statement described the hotline as a stopgap measure for survivors until delegates can pass reforms during this year's national meeting scheduled for June 14th and 15th in Anaheim, California. The task force expects to make its formal motions based on the Guidepost report public next week. So that report should be out already, I would think. Those recommendations will then be presented for a vote in Anaheim. And these are, okay. So I wonder how that went. I wonder what the update is. If they are not investigating all of those allegations in that 205-page database, shame on them. Shame on them if they're not investigating that. And I mean, that's why I don't think all Christians are bad. I don't. Okay? Like I stated in my previous live, I don't think they're all bad. Honestly, I think when you have organizations like churches and stuff, I think they kind of deviate from what, I shouldn't say I think they deviate, but a lot of them deviate from what, should be taught, and just the teachings of Jesus in general. We know churches like money. If you have ever gone to a church, even like Catholic church, they're like, okay, we want your donations, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's sus already. I don't like that. And a lot of these pastors and ministers have huge houses and are rich AF. And, respect to those who work hard for their money and whatnot. But if you're going to take it off of donations, and I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, right? But for those who have taken it from the church like that, to me, you're but anybody have anything you want to just add in there? I personally don't like religions. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Especially Christianity and the whole Catholicism. Especially just like being treated like shit from, some family members. And just when I had to go to Sunday school because I was forced, the people there didn't treat others nicely. Let's just say that. Wow, I've already been talking for 32 minutes. Let's see if I got at all the emails here. Stop the junk emails. I think we already did that. One. Yeah, I went through all my list here. But, what do you guys think about today's religious structures or religion organizations? Like, to me, if they're gonna be like that, especially in the Baptist church or even any church, that makes them no better than what they tell people, like, or preach not to be, like, for example, Satanists. Makes them no better. And to be honest, with what I've seen personally, okay, and this is just my opinion, I see more crimes being committed by those in the church than I do Satanists. But I think that also has to deal with the mass population. They're not all Satanists. That's the thing, though. There's a higher population of Christians, obviously. But I want to know what everybody else thinks about this. I know the title was about the Satanist guy killing those people, and that's awful. Ethan, back then I thought Christianity would help reduce the amount of sleep paralysis I keep getting, but it wasn't doing much for me. So Christianity, I might just switch out of here. Hold on. So the thing is that people don't seem to quite understand is that religion doesn't dictate whether or not you're going to get haunted by demons or earthbound spirits or you have these issues, right? I think we're done with my tablet. And I'm going to delete this out of here so I can... There we go. Religion doesn't dictate whether or not, for the most part, someone's going to get haunted or have any negative experiences, though you'll have some Christians say, well, if you're a Christian, it's impossible to be possessed, which is bullshit, because that ain't true. Doesn't matter what you are. If you are weak-willed enough, yeah, you can get possessed. And I'm going to move this back over here. But so Christianity, it could help in the way of the deities you pray to. So if you use their deities and be like, or Jesus, be like, hey, Jesus, and you pray to him and ask for his help. Yeah, I mean, but you can do that with archangels, Shiva, Ganesha, Lakshmi. Those are the Indian ones. Then you have some of the Egyptian ones. So I guess Horus is a good one. I never met him, so but according to others, he is allegedly good. I can't think of the crocodile one. Diana, if you're still in the chat, can you please remind me what his name is? It's driving me crazy, and I always forget, and I always feel bad. Sobek, I remembered. Okay, Sobek, I met him. He is a good one. Who am I missing? Who have I met? I've met like elementals and stuff that were good, dragons that were good. It all depends on the entity. But so, sleep paralysis, a way to reduce sleep paralysis, again, whomever your higher beings that you pray to, or your spirit guides, whomever, call on them for help. You can do that. And make sure you're cleansing your space in your home and yourself. So, back when I had the incubus haunting, I had a lot of sleep paralysis. And then once I kicked him out, problem solved. I mean, once in a while, I'll get some issues from, if I'm studying an entity, if I'm helping somebody, once in a while they'll come in and, give me problems. But I really haven't, even with that, I haven't had much sleep paralysis, and that's because I cleanse my home every week. Every week. If I were y'all and you're having sleep paralysis, cleanse your house every 7 days. And I noticed for myself that by the 7th day, if I don't cleanse, boom, I'll have an issue. Not necessarily sleep paralysis, but I'll have a negative entity pop in and bother me on the astral realm. But so it's important to always, cleanse your area. But so, your sage and your Palo Santo, there's some magic candles that you can use, whether you use, Melinda's Lost Frontier Mediums. The Art of the Root is great. Personally, I've used both of them. I'm trying to think what else. Guides. Palo Santo. I think I pretty much nailed those. Cleansing yourself too is important, and I didn't really think much about it. Sorry, there's fuzzies going everywhere. To cleanse myself, I will use the Palo Santo and the sage, right? And then I'll do a ritual bath, which is a new thing I kind of started. And crystals work too. I forgot about that. Crystals will help you. But my favorite, of course, are the ritual baths. And I kind of go based off of intuition to do those, to figure out what's going to go in there. And water is a good element to absorb all the nasty stuff, and so that'll help cleanse you. But if you don't know what to put in your bath water to do it, you can always Google it and look up, recipes. Art of Root, they have kits you can use for specific things, and you just buy the kit and you just chuck that stuff in your bath water. You can use things that you have around the house. That's what I did. Of course, I have some stuff from Art of the Root, and I'll throw their stuff in, but then, orange peels, if I have oranges around, flowers that, are dying, I'll use candles. That's usually what I do for that. But yeah, religion. Now, and I don't want to say this is 100% fact all the time, but if you are in a religion that has to do with demons, so Satanism, whether you're or not you're aware of it, those entities can come to you and bother you, and they can cause you issues. So it really depends too, and it depends what you're doing as well. So if you're a witch, okay, and you're doing rituals, especially and I want to say not all witch or witchcraft stuff, right? More so the black magic stuff. If you do your rituals wrong, or you mess up, or you do a curse, that shit can come back onto you and problem. So it's very important what you're doing. But obviously not all witchcraft that's going to happen, okay? If you only dabble in light stuff, and when I say light, I mean good stuff, then you should be fine. But if you're doing black magic and hexes and curses and stuff like that, yeah, you're gonna have a problem at some point. Anybody else got any questions? Or the same person, you can keep asking whatever questions you want. I'll answer whatever you want. But sorry, itchy. Also want to make this statement too. You don't need to go to church to be a good person. That is something I had been taught my entire life by my parents. My dad was raised Catholic. He went to Catholic school, the whole 9 yards. And seeing how people treated his children, especially in Sunday school, pretty much, turned him away, and he was like, nope, bye. This is bullshit. Really? You're going to do that to my kids? So he got out of it. So, Ethan, I retired Christianity in 2020. During that year, I kept meditating, and things weren't as bad as before. I feel like there's a lot of negative energy circling some of these people here, in Christianity. Well, especially, the pastors and the ministers that are, doing some nasty stuff. I had a whole like thought form and it went boop out of my head. That's so frustrating. But so the churches, it could be very, very toxic, and the mindsets of people can be very, but again, like anybody else. But I don't know if anyone's ever had any issues with like the fake Christian people being nasty, being like, if you have tattoos, you're going to hell. If you're got whatever hair, you're going to hell. If you do this, you're going to, like, I don't know if anybody has ever like experienced that. I know I have. But when you have thoughts like that, that's when the negativity comes and it's a problem. But anyway, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this up. I feel like, oh yeah, we've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. But if anyone doesn't, like, if there's no one else that wants to add anything, I'm probably gonna call it quits before I just start mumbling about nothing. But I kind of just wanted to address those key things, especially in the beginning, and point out, it's not just the Satanist people that have some things going on. Some of the Christian churches do too. But I think that the Satanist rituals, a lot of it's going on, but it's not as widely known as, the Christian stuff, because like I said, the population between the two, one's more than the other, like significantly, and a lot of people aren't getting into, well, I should say now more people are going towards the Satanist movement. But anyway, yeah. So I guess I will just end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this will upload